Good morning, everyone. Coming to you live this morning at 9:30 at the Aquatic Center in Hobart. We're bringing you the game against New Zealand under 19 men versus the Canadian under 19 men, and we're moments to start, and the game is underway. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see. It's a good match here today, I think, for the New Zealand and the Canadians. The current standings in the championships for the under 19 men division is Great Britain is top of the ladder with 7 played, 6 wins, 0 losses. France is second with 5 wins, 0 losses. New Zealand is third with 4 wins and second losses. Then we make our way all the way down to Canada, who has played 6 and unfortunately has lost none and lost 6. This game, today is the last day of the round robin, and the round robin ends today, and the standings will place everyone into positions where they'll be playing for the positions and entering into the semifinals for tomorrow. If you've been following live on stream, you know these early morning sessions are lovely and clear, and the conditions are just beautiful, nice, sunny, and warm in Hobart. It's about an 8 balmy degrees today. And the game is well underway with the New Zealanders pressuring the Canadian backline. So playing in black in their traditional black uniforms, the New Zealand team with their little white zebra snorkels, and the Canadians are in white, wearing their grayish color. And we've got the Kiwis all over them, and we got a 3-on-0, but the referee saw something. We got a stick infringement, and the Kiwis have been asking. That was a interesting move there by the Kiwis. And we got the Canadians taking their free puck. They're trying to move it well to their side. They favor a sort of a box and a channel rotation, very similar to the Kiwis. However, the Kiwis have a bit more adaptabilities for pulling the puck off the wall. They sort of can control it in sort of a box, but they very quickly bring it out. So once they get possession and containment of it, and once again the Kiwis are being asked to back up. No, I think it's the Canadians this time. The foul is against a bit of obstruction, and the referee's giving a very serious warning to one of the Canadian players, and he'll be watched for the rest of the game. The referees do the escalation rule, which means that if you can get away with it once, but the second time you're on warning, and then after that you'll be sitting in the bench. So the Kiwis are set down in a sort of a V-notched attack with the center pivot, number 13, Cameron Manuel Arnold. Tried to feed it up to his forward place, but he's still down there making sure. Oh, actually, that was the Canadians. My bad. That was Theodore Kozik throwing it up into their V, and the Kiwis are on defense here. Number 4, Elliot Stedden, is trying to hold on the puck and recycle it around, but unfortunately he's lost the puck, and it's contained on the wall there, and it seems a seesaw battle here, back and forth, and no one's really got supremacy, and we're 0-0 with 11 minutes to go in the game. And the Canadians are pressuring the Kiwis. This is good to see. That I did read out the ladder in the orders, but it is interesting to note that these teams are closer than it thinks. This can go back and forth, and we're unsure who will hit the top. It's been a very highly contested division this year, as it is in most years. But I think this is one of the years where it has been very highly contestables, with lots of surprises in the wins. You might have heard them on the couch this morning. Lots of surprises as the Canadians set up a drive, but the Kiwi defense answers with very strong positioning on the bottom. And the Canadians are recycling, but they're not recycling in enough numbers to sort of, pester the Kiwi defense. But they are pressing them high. The referees have seen something. They asked the New Zealand back, and the Canadians are setting up in front and goal. Let's see what the the Canadians can set up with their free puck under the leadership of Benjamin Lee, the coach for the Canadian team. As the puck is going, the Canadians seem to have struggled and didn't get past the first line of defense for the Kiwis. And it is caught up deep in the Kiwi line. This is pretty surprising, the pressure early by the Canadians, and it's good pressure. And let's see if they can actually, this pressure can sustain and wear out that Kiwi back line. And we have it continuing in that small corridor, which the Canadians do favor, waiting for their opportunities for the 45 off the wall. And unfortunately, the Kiwis have a few guards sitting out there. You can see a gentleman coming out here for a quick sub because he's been down there guarding it at a change of play. And the referees are setting up, and it's a Kiwi free puck, and they're allowed to set up in a free. And looks like we have all the Kiwis behind the puck, and they're going straight for an opening play and going over to. You can see the support play there, number 8 doing a lovely job. He had William Heaps there with support from Nathan Brown. And if I could have seen, there's number Cameron Sisson. He was helping in defense. And the Kiwis are back and forth. Both teams Canadians seem to settle first and putting early pressure on the Kiwis. And we had the pressure on the left side of the pool, and now it's switched over to the right side of the pool. And we're getting some fast breaks and a nice recycle, but the Canadians were well onto that. Number 5, Nathaniel Spoonerberger, picked up the puck and drew it back. But here we go. The Kiwis are making a hard run, but unfortunately the referee's straight on there, and it looked like a bit of a glove as Sam Cooper, the New Zealand coach, looks to call a timeout. And I think that was a well-deserved timeout because his boys haven't really settled into this game. They're a bit scrappy in their formation, so I'm sure they'll be giving some words of encouragement to the boys and saying, hold on. We got Wade Kozak, thank you for your live chat. Come on, Canada. And then we got Paige Morin, come on, Kiwis. Michael Tingley, go Canada. We are cheering for you all the way from Calgary and High Prairies. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's enjoying the streaming. We got beautiful water quality. The aquatic staff worked extra time last night because it was reported a little bit foggy, but they were put in the hours last night to bring the quality of the pool well up and true. And you're seeing this streaming, and don't forget this is a free live streaming. And if you're feeling generous about supporting junior underwater hockey and enjoying this free feed, throw in there's the website on the board there, support junior hockey, gofundme.com at hobart.com/. Throw a couple of shekels or a Canadian dollar or a loonie up there or a toonie, doesn't matter, or throw some Kiwi dollars in the pot. They're all worth something, and they all go towards a great cause, junior hockey. And I think everyone agree that this tournament has been outstanding in terms of the level of competition, and we're seeing a ding-dong battle here with the Canadians again pressuring the Kiwis. And let's see if Coach Benjamin had some words to his boys about continuing that pressure. I'm really surprised at a bottom table team, Canada, at this day. Teeter-tottering with the third place team. That just shows how level the competition is on the under 19 men's division. I see you there, Lauren Berth from Canada. Go Canada, go! Looking strong. Hello, High Prairies, cheering from Calgary. Ashley, Ashley, have you heard that one? I think that was sent out for you, Michael Tingley. That was Laura B saying hi to you. And it's pucks in the middle of the pool in a free, open, flowing game. It's good to see. A few stop-starts, and you can see the lovely sunny weather we're having in Hobart. Unfortunately, that does interfere with the lovely glare off the water there. Rami, Rami's joining me in the booth again, doing the switching, the mixing, and all the stuff here. She's doing all the technical stuff. All I do is get to rabble on about underwater hockey, something that a lot of my friends, David Lambert here, bringing in, love to talk about hockey. But it makes it hard to see the other side, but I can tell you the Kiwis are pressuring the Canadian goal tray. and they're recycling it, and they're trying to isolate that Canadian back line, clear them away from the goal so they can drive in. And you can just see in the shadows there, you can see lurking, dun, 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 are the Kiwis, and here we go. The Kiwis have occupied the space, and they brought it across. Referees are getting a bit of a signal here, and we've got a gloving against the Kiwis. So the Kiwis will be asked to move back 3 meters. And the Canadians will get a reprieve there, and they've also subbed around the whole bench. So I think they're playing with 3 players in the sub bench. No, as the Canadian captain, seeing the team under a bit of pressure at a natural break, has called a timeout. Benjamin Lee has sort of called a good one because the boys seem to lapse into something because a lot of the Canadians lifted. The Kiwis are lifted, and the Canadians need to regroup. And he's there having a good words to his team. We're bringing you the underwater shot because that top one was a bit glary, and not much we can do about that because it's a beautiful day, stunning day in Hobart. And after the front came through last night, I don't know, Romy, did you get any snow on your place last night?
Yeah, I'm in Bellerive. It was not a bad night for us. Sometimes we have the Bridgewater Jerry rolling in the morning. That's a big trail of fog rolling in across the water. Little bit of rain this morning, but it looks to be clearing up for a nice day, Dave.
Yeah, as we get ready coming off the Canadian timeout, let's see what the Canadian coach done. And hopefully Sam Cooper's had words to the boys because they've lifted their game, and they need to keep it. They're all down there waiting for the play to happen here. And it looks like it's a melee in the middle, and the Canadians have tried to break through, but they lost possession as the Kiwis try to gain possession and then set up some defense. But you can see the strong Canadian defense recycling well. But the onslaught by the New Zealand is constant, and they're trying to throw it forward. The Canadians push it back, but the Kiwis have still gained position. Still have a melee very close to the goal tray. It's right on the goal tray. The glare here, I can't see anything. We've got referees signaling 1 goal. 2 goals, and looks like Kiwis have dropped first blood. Number 7, Logan Stevenson, popped one in for the Kiwis on a constant pressure. It started off with the Canadians probably not doing their traditional thing by swinging the puck wide to protect it. They kept it in the middle of the pool, and the Kiwis capitalized on that with constant pressures, and unfortunately, numbers game. The Canadians were isolated, and the Kiwis swamped the goal tray, and Logan Stevenson put it in for the first goal in this round. It's taken them 10 minutes to get there, but it's been a very exciting fight match back and forth. And I see we're getting the Canadians have grabbed it, and that's probably what they should have done on that free puck, but they've taken it to the side where they can regain control, get their formation sorted out so they can regroup for a bit of a counterattack. But again, the Kiwis are pressuring them back in their end. It's a big change from the first half of this game when the Canadians were doing exactly the same, and looking like some big swims and big drives and big push by some of the Canadians, and he's looking to bring it off, but the Kiwis have chopped them down and regained possession, and they're countering. But it's back and forth again. The Canadians have stolen it back, and where we're going. Looks like we're getting some technical issues this morning with obviously the pool cleaners were in making all sorts of wonderful cleaning to clean up the pool, but they knocked a few of the cameras around, and the tech team today has been working overtime this morning since about 8:30 this morning, trying to make sure the cameras are on, and they're still fine-tuning them so we get them in. As the Kiwis have been asked to back up against a free puck, and the Canadians are regrouping for a free puck. Let's see what they have. They have a very widespread attack. Looks like they've adopted more of a behind the puck play as the Kiwis spearheaded out through with 2 Kiwis taking on the lone 1 defender, but lo and behold, the Canadian ended up with the puck. He's looking for his support. They seem to be a bit surprised. They picked up as the Kiwis cleared out to the side of the pool where they can actually then regroup as a unit and mobilize some of their forward attacks. But it looks like the Canadians have, it's back and forth, and the Canadians are putting on a big push here. They want to tie this score up rather quickly because we only have 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and it's bottled up again. I mean, this is an exciting match. We see it up in the Kiwis end. We see it up in the Canadians as the Kiwis making a fast break on their isolated player, and looks like he's got a lovely pass up and forward as he's lumbering back. The Canadians are desperately trying to get back, but there's no way this gentleman's going to be caught as he flicks it into tray. Well set up, and that's a classic example, and the referee signal goal, no infringement. And I see, looks like a number 9, possibly, Nathan Brown. And that was a classic example of how the Kiwis will take it to the side of the pool, regroup their numbers as lovely Rami does an assistance, and we see Nathan Brown lumbering in there. It looks like he's favoring his knee there for a second there, but a lovely goal, all set up originally by the strong defense of the New Zealanders, turned their counters, isolated the Canadian backline, and so forth things as the Kiwis win the strike off the Canadians and try to head the play straight through the middle, and it's come out to the side, and they're funneling it back through the center and isolating the Canadians, but the referee has pulled something out, and he's signaling against the Kiwis. Obviously, if it was against the Canadians, would have played on, and the advantage would have been to the New Zealand, and they would have had their third goal of the game, but unfortunately it was against the Kiwis. I missed the call, but I suspect it was a bit of a slash or a barge as he picked up that pass. The Canadians, a nice flick out wide, but unfortunately it wasn't to his player. It was picked up by number 8, William Heaps, as the Kiwis again are streaming onto the very flat Canadian backline. They're recycling flats, but there's no depth. Oh, there we go. We've got some better structure to the Canadians as the Canadians bring it out. And the Kiwis have snuck up underneath him again. I'm not sure the number there, but it looks like he has a bit of a sore back today. He's got some strapping in, and I think that goal has just been fired in by a lovely shot by the Kiwis. And yes, I've got a signaling 1, signaling 2. We're all good, and it looks like number 2, James Rasbottom from Kiwi, had a wonderful shot straight in the goal tray. Nice flat lying straight into the goal tray. That was a beautiful shot. And I think that came about because of what I saw on the play was the Canadian backline was in scramble mode, and they got bit out of rotation, and they had far too many sitting on the surface as James Rasbottom came through, picked up the scraps, and fired a bullet-like shot into the goal tray. The game is recommenced. And this is the Canadians, the Kiwis won it. They sort of lost control of the puck, and the Canadians have taken it over to their side where they can regroup in their channel. This is very, very similar strategies that both teams employ in terms of bringing to the puck and regain control in a controlled environment, I guess, in that sort of line of shoot. But the Kiwis are much more regimented in terms of their strategies of bringing it off quickly. And when they do bring it off, it's in numbers and it's in support. It's in unison. It's just lovely to watch now and again. And then they do the numbers. As you can see, the Kiwis recycling in numbers. And I think that's where the Canadians are falling them down because they're actually recycling in ones. As you see, there's always seems to be a 2-on-1, a 3-on-1 isolation situation. And I don't know about you, as a numbers person, it just happens. And we enter halftime with 3 minutes between. New Zealand's got the upper hand in this ding-dong of a match going on between Canada and New Zealand, Commonwealth countries. And as if anyone joined us yesterday, you can totally see that the boys have no imagination in their drink bottle cages because all I see out there is a couple of milk crates taken out from the local shops. Throw a couple of floaties on each side and fling it. So there's no imagination on either of these teams. And as we've seen, the Brits in the South Africas with their I think it was the ladies both had Ernie the elephant, and I can't remember the shark's name. Do you remember the shark's name, Romy? No, she's shaking her head, looking at me, saying you have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, halftime, 2 minutes to go. The referees are talking about the game, and we see both coaches laying down the line here. We got some vigorous action happen on the Canadian side by Benjamin Lee and Sam Cooper is sort of nodding and going and saying to his boys, hey, good work, but we got another half to go. Canadians have surprised us. And once again, the Canadians are sitting at the bottom of the ladder, but you Canadian fans out there, I wouldn't be too disappointed in these boys. You can see the effort they've put into a well-drilled team here, and
if they're anything like the other Canadian teams I've had discussions with, they don't spend a lot of time together, unlike the Kiwis. And I hear your cheer out there, Michael Roberts, and yeah, and thanks Ray. Look, go James. Yeah, James. James Rasbottom scored the last goal, number 2, and Michelle Roberts Gray. Yeah, James. Obviously, you guys are early morning over in New Zealand, land of the great silver cloud. Is it, or is it the white cloud? It's somebody. You're always cloudy over there, isn't it? Nah, just kidding. Lovely times over in New Zealand at tournaments in the past years, starting in about '95 and all the way up. Hello to all the Kiwi friends and the Canadian people out there. It must be awful late in the evening in Canada, and then yesterday probably, as we're getting ready for the second half. Kiwis have a 3-0 lead in this game. And we got 10 seconds to go before the shots, and both teams are ready, raring, and they're looking down the Kiwi line here, and they got their heads focused, their eyes glued on the clock, waiting for the countdown, and away they go. And you can see all those nage fins there looking almost in unison, high revolution rates. That whole line is wearing nages, as opposed to the Canadians wearing other brands. Unclear which ones they are, but Kiwis really favor those nage fins, mainly because of they generate the instant speed that the Kiwis are renowned for, and the ease on the ankles as the Kiwis come out firing very hard, pressing the Canadians in the back line, rotating around, and lo and behold, unfortunately, I'm looking for the referee saying nope, another glove for the Kiwis. Now I'm sure that should be we'll just leave it at that. As the Kiwis have been asked to back up a lovely strong drive. It's interesting. I'm wondering whether the Kiwis are usually in unison, but we see number 9, Nathan Brown, is wearing a snorkel on the other side compared to his other players. I wonder if that's a favorite thing. What do you think? You got a comment on that, Rami? Oh, I just grabbed you as you put a mouthful of lovely morning breakfast in your mouth. So is that something that you've seen in the Kiwis in the past? They always seem to have snorkels. Some more. Oh, here's another. Number 5 has it on the right side too. Oh yeah, and there's another player. But as we speak, the Canadians have been sent out. Number 13, Theodore Kozak, has been sent out, and it looks like a bit of a chopping foul as the Kiwis, in a solid line, drive through over the second line of fence and bat it back and forth like a ping pong ball. I'm not sure if the referees are going to allow this one, but they haven't, because obviously he lifted the puck up in a ping pong and it's hit him on the arm or something and knocked it through. Yes, they do like matching their snorkeling combinations in their traditional all-black, very dark headgear and black bathers. But again, if they're copying the rugby team, the All Blacks, and then we have black sticks in the field hockey, and I'm not sure what's the soccer team called. I'm sure it's black something. Maybe some of our Kiwi listeners out there can say. Wade Kozak, I see you saying, "Come on, Teddy," and I'm sure that's your boy in the bench there. He's not back in the play yet, but I'm sure he's commiserating what he did there. But the Canadians are doing quite well with a player down, and it's something through the tournament we've seen amazingly that stronger players. Some players and teams play better with 5 against 6. I don't know what it is. It's just the energy he puts. Raylene Walk, AA Whites. All Whites. All Whites. Is that the soccer name? Thanks, Raylene. That's interesting, All Whites for soccer. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Maybe all silver, all whites. Okay. Yeah, good one. Is that the ladies' soccer's or is that the men's soccer's team? Yep, and thanks, Wade. How you going, mate? How you going, eh? And we have the Canadians pressuring the Kiwis again back in there, just under their sub bench. Bit hard with the camber angles, but it's just because we want to keep that bench clear so we can get clears. There's a great, strong run. It looks like number 4, Elliot Seddon, making a run, and he's fully supported by his teammates as the Canadians are scrambling back into defense as we have seen Theodore come back in there, Wade. So Theodore is back in the play, helps supporting his teammates as the Kiwis pressure is number 3, Samuel Hopkins, looks down the line, thinks about it, but then tries to recycle it back to number 4, Elliot Seddon. And the Canadians, number 2, Brendan Ellis, is there strong defending and tried to clear it, but has actually been cleared and recycled to the far side, trying to open up that Canadian back line. And they looks like, oh no, the Canadians got down there just in time to stop that puck traveling in the tray. Something I try to make sure my players know is that, flicking in that 3-meter Ds, it's dangerous. And as we just saw, flick it, and it's a press in, and it looks like the Canadians have not defended this goal, and the Kiwis have put in another one. And, yes, all 3 referees agree. And it looks like number 4, Elliot Seddon, with all that work he did up the wall and trying to recycling, has popped in the 4th goal, Rummy? The 4th goal for the hockey New Zealand. What do we call the hockey New Zealand team, Rummy? Do we have an underwater hockey name for them? Is there like an all black, an all white we got for soccer? All blacks, black sticks. Maybe they're just the zebras with their snorkels. That's it. Maybe we should call them the zebras. What do you reckon about that, Raylene? Zebras? No, that's probably African. We'll just call them Kiwis. How's about that? The flightless bird that lives in New Zealand. Oh, number 12, Henry Griffiths from New Zealand, has been given a strong warning, and that's been signaled to the bench. And people might not understand that every time a signal or a warning is given, it's registered here on the bench. And the bench traditionally is run by some technical gurus like my friend here, Rummy, who's helping me in the box, switching the cameras and stuff. But at World Championships, it's run by referees who actually keep track and feed that information into the chief ref, who's Patrick Meaney from Australia, but chief ref in control of the pool decks, watching it with his eagle eyes, keeping an eye on all the obstructions, and make sure that the first rule when we're playing an advantage, there get the call on the ref, and his job is to make sure the decisions are made and in the precise orders. As the Canadians have did an illegal knockdown, not deliberate, because obviously he'd be sitting out on a bench. Well, maybe not obviously to all our listeners, but if he knocked it down deliberately, he'd be sitting on the bench. Obviously, it was accidental, and the Canadians have been asked back. So the Kiwis set up another play. They send 3 players forward, and they all swim back to the play, and they rotate it around. And we got some Canadians trying to screen them. He's tried to feed it through to his player out in front, the Kiwi player, as he longs the drive, launches the puck in behind the defense. The Canadian defense has to turn around and fight it. It's very hard to do that, but the Canadians have pressed it out to their side where they control it. As number 3, Elliot Samgood, again comes in hard on that Canadian defender. I'm unsure of his number. It looks like number 7 now has the puck from Canada, Duncan Pierce, who's holding in there, waiting for his team to come in. And as we see, number 12, Edwin Zhang from Canada, feeding it up to his teammate, number 2, Brendan Ellis, who did a lovely drive out of the play, and he's trying to recycle it. But unfortunately, the Kiwis intercepted it, but the Canadian, number 2, Brandon Ellis, has got it back again. Excellent work. And Michael Tingley is making a lovely support play by trying to find some open eyes. The Kiwis open it wide up and catch the Canadians on hop, because they're making a lone drive in there, and he's passed it over to the New Zealand, but I think it was a bit too early, but he still got it. Last Canadian coming in, and he slid a lovely, sneaky shot underneath him, and I think that was number 2, James Ransbottom again, but I'm waiting for a signal as that's a harsh one. I think a goal, everyone's supporting a goal, and it is number 2, James Rasbottom. But at the same time, the Canadian player is going to get a 1 minute, as the Canadian coach Benjamin Lee has called a timeout after that play, because one of his players has been sent to the sin bin, and I'm looking at it, shaking his head. It's number 3 for Canada, Michael Tingley. It looks like from here, but we got the people checking on it. Yeah, it is number 3, Michael Tingley. But number 2, James Ransbottom, scored the goal. Now that happened, if people recall back, saw the Kiwis making a lovely compression drive on them, isolated the back 2-on-1. The Canadian number 3, Michael Tinley, was racing back in defense, and for some reason came down and did a chop on him. And here's the replay coming. As you can see, the 2-on-1 isolated. James has gotten the puck, and you can see Michael coming down. Obviously, did a accidentally swap on the player and copped a penalty for that. And James popped it in, a lovely sneaky shot underneath the arm of Michael. But it's possibly that wasn't Michael there. I'm getting poked in the side saying that wasn't Michael. Michael was the defender previously who impeded the Kiwi in support play, so he did a deliberate obstruction. So that's why he was asked to sit on the bench. He wasn't the last person there. He was the second last person on the play as the Kiwis mounted attack because the Canadians are a player down. And Kiwis have isolated, and it's a 2-on-1 situation, and it looks like the fence is in there scrambling back, but there's numbers for the Kiwis, and I would say the referee is signal 1, and we have one referee closest to the sub-bench saying, no, it was gloved by both sides, and it's calling a equal puck. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen out there watching, it's basically I gloved it and my opposition gloved it back and forth far too many times for the referees to be happy. Therefore, disadvantaged both teams, and it couldn't play the advantage on that because advantage was lost both ways. So we have an equal puck right in front of the Canadians' goals as all the Canadians are down in defense, recycling it, and so are the Kiwis. They're recycling and looking for plays themselves out in front of the goal tray. And I call that the danger zone where it's not a flight thing, but it's just with high probability of goals being scored because the options of scoring make it hard for it to defend as opposed to the wall where people can defend. Yeah, Rami's just pointing out he thought the goal was the goal board. He's wrong, but we're sending out runners out there to see and check, and we'll get back to you on that. But it's either 4 or 5-0 for New Zealand. If any of our people watching on the live chat, streaming live to you across the world and around the globe, if you know if anything, if you think the score is, but we've got a foul being given, an escalated foul. Someone from the Kiwis is making a swim over there. He'll be sitting on the bench, the sin bin, not the goal bin, but the sin bin for 1 minute. And by the looks of it, it's number 11, the vice captain, Cameron Sisson. Big, strong lad, just jaunting over to the bench, taking his time, plunks his butt back into the sin bin, and he's been put out for 1 minute. And the Canadians will enjoy a one-player advantage. But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but it looks like the Canadians are back up to full strength. Yes, it's only Cameron who's left on the sin bin, sitting back, sucking it in. Very disappointed by his call, but, hey, the referee saw it, mate. So, unfortunately, you're sitting. And see if the Canadians can take advantage of this. However, what I've seen in the past is exactly what we're seeing on the screen. You wouldn't think the Kiwis were a player down because they scored a goal, and it's being scored. And I'm looking for number 2, Samuel Hoodsgood. Hopgood. Sorry, Samuel. Hopgood has popped that. Oh, it's number 2, James Rasbottom. Sorry, Samuel is number 3, and it was number 2, James Rasbottom. As the score ticks to 5 according to the bench, and oh no, they've just ticked it over to 6. Yes, the runners come back saying they understood their mistake, but they thought they pushed it, but it was probably too soft as a touch on the old keyboard. And a lot of this equipment in the scoring system, what a lot of our Kiwi people would understand, was designed by our Kiwi friends across the ditch, as we refer to it. And this system's been in play now for at least, I don't know, how long you been playing for, Rami? About 5 years? Yeah, easily 5 years. It was gone before that, but beautiful system designed by our friend in Kiwiland. As the Kiwis stream into the play, and they've been joined by their vice captain Cameron, who's served his time in the sin bin, and he's in the pool looking to put the puck in the bin, the goal bin. And we have a free puck awarded to Kiwis against the Canadians. And we've got a very set play into that, but it's been deflected by the Canadians into the corner where they really want it to be. And it looks like number 10 from Canada, Daka Gosick, has rotated it through, but he actually didn't wait for his support team, and the Kiwis jumped all over him, isolated him, and they're pressing the goal tray. And I think that's gone in, Rami, but we'll wait for the signals. But we've gotten it waved away by the referees as they indicating another glove because they're right over top of it. And, again, this water is crystal clear. If I didn't think all these players were swimming in there, you probably could drink it, but wouldn't go near it. But it is beautifully clear, and you can see well and truly across there. And something our viewers might not realize, you see a yellow top of our clear wall there, and then next one's a blue one. Well, we just swapped back. Thanks. And a short one, that gives the referees indication because 2 of those plus one short one is 3 meters. And that helps the referees in the placements. And I don't know if most of you would have realized that in the past, sometimes the 3 meters shrinks during a game. But this helps the referees get it consistently throughout the tournament. A beautiful invent as the Canadians work strong together with support to clear it over to their bench side so they actually can get some subs in it. But as the Kiwis stream in, and there's number 3, Samuel Hopgood, looking for a feed in from his support players from the pivot position. And you can see the Kiwis' positioning is very strong on the bottom. And the Canadian player there is trying to wrestle the puck off him. That's number 12, Edwin Zhang, doing a lot of work in defense today. Edward and Theodore doing work, but the Kiwis are relentless coming back that wall. And it looks like they've got it, and they're driving it back up the wall. And unfortunately, the referees have seen something, and they're waving at someone. Hello, referees. But unfortunately, it's been a gloving. And the Kiwis, once again, have to back up, and the Canadians get a reprieve with about 10 seconds to go in this game. No, sorry, there's 40 seconds remaining in the time. That was a stop time in the last 2 minutes of every game, folks, so that was a referee's count. Yes, 46, with the Kiwis leading 6-0 over Canada. Looks like the Canadians aren't going to add to their scoreboards as the Kiwis once again pressure. And the Canadians do have 2 goals in versus the Kiwis who have, at this stage, as of yesterday, 38 goals with 9 against. And they'll add to their total here another 6, where the Canadians will not add to their total. And once again, this one is a gloving, and it's going against the Canadians, who the Kiwis will, in my opinion, I'm sure Sam has a set play he likes to use in these situations. And you can see they're sort of infiltrating the second line of the Canadians, and they're putting a big force up. And the Canadians came out really strongly to knock it down and shove it into the corner. I say shove it, but it's just shuttle it into the corner. I've got a signal being made, and it looks like a call. It looked like a bit of obstruction going on by the Kiwis, and we have referees are going for a quick timeout. With 11 seconds on the clock, guys, I'm not sure what got all the referees on the one side. I'm not sure what they're going to go have a hug? No, they're having a chat. Yeah. No, I saw that. You saw this. No, I'm going to go 1 minute. I don't know. What do you reckon? 1 minute for him? No, I don't think so. Look, there's only 10 seconds, mate. Just swim it up, get the game going, and we'll move on to the next one. No, we're trying to find the puck. He's looking for a number. Who's he looking for? No, they're looking to the chief ref trying to say, the chief ref saying, get on with it, boys. Let's just get going. And I think that's what well called there, Pat. And the referees have regrouped after a minute of discussion. And the Canadians take the puck with 8 seconds left to play, as everybody on the Kiwi team, bar one, is sitting on the bottom guarding it. And the Canadians are the same. Everyone's on the bottom. And there goes the final siren with with a 6-0 victory over the Kiwis. The Canadians, it was a good match, I thought, but they were certainly outmatched in terms of the number of goals and the Kiwis' minutes. So I'm going to try to go on deck and see if we can catch anyone. And that was pretty technical of you there, Ronnie, flicking a bug off our screen. Well done. Okay, we'll join you soon on the deck, folks. Yeah, David Lambert, poolside, as both teams congratulate each other, and thanks to the referees for doing their job and enjoying us. And I'm joined by number 13, the K. The camera's up there, mate. What's your name? I've forgotten from there. What's your name there?
Ted Kozak.
Tech, they call you Teddy because I think some people were watching on the chat saying, "Go Teddy." I think it was a relative or not, but you want to be a good shout out to them straight away?
Oh, thanks, guys. Friends and family.
Hard-fought match in there. You guys, in the first 10 minutes of that game, were right in there. Yeah. Then there was a halftime timeout called, and the Kiwis sort of got their sorted themselves out. How was the game for you?
It was good. They're big guys, and it's a hard game to play, but they drive you hard and they're fast, so gotta do what you can.
Yeah, and how many games you have today, Teddy?
That's our first one, but we have 2.
You have 2 today. Who do you got lined up for this afternoon?
We got GB.
GB, you looking forward to that match?
It's gonna be a hard-fought game, but yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I was just noticing, no disrespect, but you guys are at the bottom of the table, but you guys are all close in this table. I don't think that sort of says anything about where you are on the table. How are the boys feeling about the performance today?
Well, the boys are feeling like we're right in there. A couple bounces haven't gone our way, so we haven't won every game, but we're still in there trying to do our best.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining us this morning. Good luck with this afternoon game against Great Britain. And remember, a big shout-out and the people back home are watching you. Good on you, mate.
Thanks.
Cheers. Yeah, joined by number 7 for Logan. Logan, welcome to that. The camera's up there. I want to say a big shout-out to the folks or people back home. You got a big stand there, waiting, waving on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of supporters here, and it's good to see, but also shout-out to the supporters back home, like they're all watching as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of go Kiwis on there, and a big shout-out for, I think I remember one of your things. How did you guys enjoy that game this morning?
It was a bit of a slow game with not a lot of ref calls, which isn't a lot of fun, but that's part of the game, so.
Yeah, it is early morning, and you guys probably haven't exactly woken up, but you started the first, made it pretty even against the Canadians, and then Coach called the timeout and put the fire in your bellies, and then you guys were not unstoppable from there.
Yeah, just a few wise words, and then we just kicked up and got away with a few goals.
Are you enjoying your time at this tournament?
Yeah, time of my life,
Is this your first one?
This is my first Worlds, yeah, for the whole team as well. This is all our first Worlds, so exciting times,
Excellent to build on. I know that Kiwis have a lovely skills structures and a junior structure. Did you come up through that?
Yeah, we all did, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks for joining me, and good luck with your game this afternoon.
Thank you.
Okay, cheers.